Meet Australia's cheapest new electric SUV. This is the BYD Atto 2, and the pricing might surprise you on this one. And there's a few other things that might surprise you about just how good this compact SUV is. In this review, we'll go through it all. I'll show you the interior, the practicality, we'll go for a drive, and I'll also tell you some great alternatives that you might want to consider. So let's check it out, shall we? Thank you for subscribing. It means a lot. Let's go. Yes, I said this is the most affordable electric SUV on the market. It starts at a very low price point. We are talking just under $32,000 for the entry-level dynamic grade and not much more for the high spec. But let's talk about what you're getting as standard in that base model dynamic, and it's actually a pretty good amount of stuff. There's full LED lighting around the outside. You get 16-inch wheels with Westlake tires, not a known brand, but you're also getting smart key entry. You've got some really nice interior trim. It's a fake leather, but you are also getting manual seat adjustment in that base model. You get a smaller touchscreen media system, but it still has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and SatNav and connected services and over-the-air updates. And it's also got a digital instrument cluster, climate control, single zone air conditioning, and a heat pump to improve efficiency for those cold mornings. And then there's this one here, which is the top spec premium model. It costs just $4,000 more. You'll see the price on your screen, and that is still very, very impressive. You get a few better features like 17-inch alloy wheels, which look nicer and have better hand-cooked tires. Plus on the inside, you're getting a bigger touchscreen media system. You also get electric front seat adjustment, heated and ventilated front seats as well. Yes, bum cooling, which is nice. A wireless phone charger. You get a panoramic glass roof. There's roof rails as well. There's heaps of standard safety spec, which I'll tell you all about later on as well. But let's consider some alternatives to this, because, well, is there anything that comes close? Look, if you just want an electric car that's little and you want to save even more money, have a look at the BYD Atto 1. That car starts at $23,990. It's a very compact hatchback, so it might not be as practical as this in terms of family-friendly features, but it does have heaps and heaps of really good features for the money. Plus, it's got 11 kilowatt AC charging, so that's better than this, and it means that if you do have three-phase power at home, you'll be able to recharge faster. Now, my favorite small electric SUV is the MG S5 EV. I really do like it. It starts at around 40 grand, but you can get better deals than that if you shop around. And it has the potential for a 10-year warranty, which might add to the value equation for you. It's also rear-wheel drive, so it's dynamic and fun. And there's a couple of different versions available to choose from in that lineup as well. Feels a bit bigger to drive and is a bit bigger inside as well. Another choice you might want to think about is the Hyundai Insta. Now, it's tiny as well. It's more like a mini hatchback, but it does have some SUV-ish elements to it. And it starts at around $40,000 officially. It's more like $34,000 to $35,000. You can talk your way into a deal on that one. So it could be worth considering if you want something tiny, quirky, and a little bit boxier. So it could be a practical choice, but it's only got 4 seats, so keep that in mind. Just like the Atto 1, it's just a 4-seater. And hey, there's another option I think that you might want to consider if you live rural, in particular, the Chery E5, the electric Chery Motor 5 essentially, or a Motor C5, or whatever it's called these days, is a very good choice because it has good EV driving range. It starts at about $38,000 and it's got a full-size spare wheel in an electric car at that size. That is impressive packaging. But which one of those would you pick? Have your say in the comments. And yeah, this one just offers so much value for money, doesn't it? Okay, if you're wondering how big is this Atto 2 compared to an Atto 3, well, it's almost 15 centimeters shorter and 45 millimeters narrower. I'll put all the dimensions on your screen now so you can see for yourself. This is a pretty compact SUV, just over 4.3 meters long. It's got a long wheelbase though, and nice short overhangs to make it look a bit more aggro and SUV-ish. I really do think that the design of this car is quite appealing. I love this grey color as well. There's a number of different colors to choose from. Ski white is the only one that won't cost you extra, but there's mist grey, harbor grey, which is this one, and cosmos black, if that matters to you. Now, I love another thing about this car compared to some of the other new electrified and EV models. actual door handles. How good's that? And at the back, you've got the Chinese knot Mobius loop combination taillight bar, which is supposed to symbolize infinity good luck or something. So anyway, I think it looks great all around. Let's just have a look in the boot and see what the space is like. It doesn't have an electric tailgate on either grade. I don't know if that really matters or not, but have a look at that space and see if you think it's useful enough. It's not the biggest boot in the segment, there's no doubt about that, but it does have a false floor. So it's got extra storage space underneath. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a spare wheel. It only comes with a tire repair kit. Not ideal for lots of people's situations, but you might be able to invest in a space saver spare that may be able to fit under there. I reckon it would. There's plenty of space to fit something like that. You've also got your charge cables under there, some little storage sections on the side, little hooks there for your shopping bags on both sides, and another storage area and a cargo cover too. So practicality wise, pretty good, I would suggest, but let's check out the interior. Okay, let's have a look at the interior of the BYD Atto 2. Now this one is the high spec grade, so it does get the slightly bigger touchscreen media system, and it's also got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, no matter which version you choose. Plus, in the high grade version, you're getting things like these ventilated and heated seats. So the front seats have heating and ventilation, as well as electric seat adjustment. You've got climate control air conditioning as well, dual zone in this high grade model, which is fantastic to see. Now, the other menus on this screen are pretty easy to get your head around, I have to say. You've got your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, sat-nav built in. You've got an assistant with voice control, which you can actually customize the command to. So you could say, instead of hi BYD,
yes,
you could say something like hi ping pong ball, or whatever you wanted to. Now, there's also a app store available there. You've got some smart charging information and adjustments that you can make there. There's an app for the car, obviously, as well. And you've got a vehicle image screen here. So you can go into the surround view camera system. You can do that by using the on-screen command, or you can use that little button on the steering wheel right there, or you can just have that come up when you go into reverse or drive. Now, there's also a home screen, as you can see here, with a bit more information available to you, and you've got a climate bar that stays on the bottom of the screen with a few other key controls here, your settings, and also, if you want to do a bit more diving into that, let's do that now. You've got lots and lots of adjustment here. Lights, you've also got your energy consumption stuff, so you can adjust it between regen braking being in high or standard. It's not a full one pedal driving situation, so don't expect that. You've also got here some stuff that you can adjust for different elements of your charging. You can see what your efficiency's been like. You can also change a number of menu systems for the car. The ADAS systems, you can adjust that stuff there too. And there is a drop down menu with a number of different controls available to you there as well. So all of that, I think, is pretty handy. Now, I've been turning off the lane keeping assist because I do find it a little bit pushy at times. And also there's a full adaptive cruise control with steering adjustment one, so I've turned that bit off. I just want it to be adaptive cruise. Now, in the climate control menu, you can see here you do have a number of different controls. Your fan speed is on the screen, as you can see, and you've also got your temperature adjuster like so, the direction, and so forth. So it's all very, very easy to get your head around. Spend an hour at the showroom and learn the screen, and you'll start off your life with your Atto 2 a lot more happily, I would suggest. Now, there's also a driver info screen here, as you can see. It has a bit of configurability to it as well, but it's a pretty good looking screen. You've got digital speedo there as well, and some stuff that you can see at a glance, including your battery range and percentage remaining. So that's nice to see. And up there, you'll see that will change when you change the drive mode. There is a little trigger switch for that, so you can put it into normal or sport, and things will change depending on those settings. And the high there, that's to represent that it's in high regen braking mode. Now, on the steering wheel, you'll see you've got some good controls. You've got some voice control stuff and phone stuff, and on this side you've got your cruise control stuff, which is pretty easy to figure out. You've also got a stalk on this side with wipers and blinkers. Yes, there is a rear wiper, and on the other side is a gear selector. Now, down here you'll see there is an ambient light thing. It's not a grab handle. I wish it was, because it sort of feels like it should be, and you've got a grab handle handle there though. Regular switches for mirrors and windows, bottle holders down there, decent set of cup holders here. You've also got some easy controls to learn here. Your start stop button. You've also got right here your volume scroller, demisters, and hazard lights, plus your drive mode switch there. Now in the high grade you get a wireless phone charger. In the base grade you don't. You just get two standard pads where you can sit your phone, and underneath there is extra storage with some charging options. Plus you've got a decent sized center console bin. The seat comfort is very, very good, I have to say. I've been very comfy in these seats. They are a fake leather, not too hot thankfully, and that's probably also down to the fact that this one does have ventilated seats, even though I didn't use them on this drive up. But I reckon that this is a very practical interior. Overhead, you've got some sun visors with the illuminated vanity mirrors. Now these don't stretch out to offer you a bit more space, which is a bit annoying, but you do get an auto dimming rear vision mirror. Your lights are good, and you've got your controls for the big glass roof right there as well. I'm just going to keep that shut. It is quite hot and there's a little bit of heat seep coming through there, but it's not too bad at all. Now let's check out the back seat space and see what it's like. Righto, this seat is set for my driving position. I'm 6 foot tall and I've got more room in this small SUV than I do have in most other small SUVs. It is very generous in terms of the leg room, and that is a big plus. Footroom is not too bad either. I can actually fit my big size 12s, and in terms of headroom it's good too. So if you have big kids, maybe you've got tweens or teens, I think you'll still be able to fit in here pretty nicely. But if you do have little ones, you've got the ISOFIX points that you would expect in the window seats, 3 top tethers, 2 adjustable headrests, and a flip down armrest with some cup holders. So that's all great. Seat comfort is actually pretty good, and the storage is very good too. You've got these multi-pocket pockets on the seat backs, good sized pockets in the doors, soft padding on the doors as well, which is a nice plus for a cheap car. And you've got a set of USB ports, 1A and 1C, but only one air vent. It only has one directional vent, which is shitful, I would say. It might start some fights with your kids if they're not good at sharing, but you also get overhead grab handles and lights too, so that is good. But the space in here, pretty impressive. It's just that single vent that might be an issue for some. The Atto 2 is only offered with one powertrain option. It's an electric motor at the front axle with 130 kilowatts and 290 newton meters of torque. Now that is a good amount of grunt for a little car like this. It's got a single speed transmission, it's front wheel drive, and look at that. There's enough space for you to fit an aftermarket frunk in there if you really want to. You can get them online, and it would be something I would be doing because it'd add some extra practicality to this car. But what about pace? Well, this car has a claimed 0 to 100 time of 7.9 seconds, so it's no slouch, and it's also pretty good when it comes to the charging specs. Let's talk about that now. The Atto 2 comes with a 51.1 kilowatt hour LFP blade battery from BYD. Now that offers a WLTP rated range of 345 k's. So this is not necessarily going to be the perfect choice if you need lots of EV range, but let's talk about the charging stuff that you need to know. So your charge port is on the front driver's side panel. That might be an issue if you are a street parker, because, well, you usually park on the other side, don't you? So the cable might have to drape across the windscreen or something if you are planning to street charge. But you do have an AC charge rate of just 7 kilowatts, which is a little bit slow compared to some of the rivals out there in the more expensive part of the market. You'll see how long that should mean it will take to charge on your screen now from 0 to 100%, about 8 hours at 7 kilowatts. So that's not too bad. And then you've got your DC charging considerations as well. More than 80 kilowatts for DC charging, and it should mean a relatively speedy charge time, as you'll see on your screen if you can find a charger that's working and isn't occupied. So I'd love to know if you think those charging specs are good enough for you, and if you think that this battery range would be enough for you. Now let's go drive it and I'll show you what it's like. Okay, so what's this BYD Atto 2 like to drive? Well, it is actually quite nice in a lot of different ways. I really do like the way this car drives because it's not trying to be a sporty SUV. It's not trying to be something that it isn't. And what it is a practical, comfortable, and smart small SUV that is going to suit lots of different buyers. Whether you live in the suburbs, whether you live in the city, whether you live in the country, it could be a very good choice in terms of the drive experience. Now, I have found over my drive, which started in the Sydney CBD, included some stop-start stuttering out of the city and onto the freeway up to the Central Coast where I am now, that this is a perfectly amenable car in a mix of situations. So the powertrain, it is certainly up to the task. It's not a firecracker. It doesn't need to be. It's got plenty of grunt. You put your foot down and it will pull you towards the horizon pretty snappily. Now, it's also got a couple of different drive modes. So if you want it to feel even faster, you can put it into the sport mode and it will feel a bit quicker. And then you've got other modes as well. But I haven't really been worried about that. I've just tried to keep it in normal mode. I've been playing a little bit with the regen braking. It does have two different modes for that, normal and high. It's in high at the moment. If I just take my foot off the accelerator, it does slowly, gradually slow down, but it doesn't have like a proper single pedal aggressive driving mode where it will come to a complete stop. Look, we're just getting down to like 15 k's an hour now. It might get down slower and slower and slower, but it's not aggressive like some of the other EVs out there. And if that's what you're looking for, that really snappy experience, well, you might have to shop elsewhere. But I do think that the actual brake pedal performance is not too bad. It does take a little bit of getting used to the feel of the pedal, but that's not unusual for an electric car like this. Now, in terms of the other dynamic elements of this car, well, I do think that it does have a pretty good handling capability to it. The steering is maybe not the most communicative. It's not the most, thrilling thing to drive, but I reckon that for most people, it will be very, very user-friendly in day-to-day situations. If you're just commuting around town, or if you're doing a little bit more distance each day, it will feel trustworthy and it feels very easy to judge what's going to happen next. You can adjust the steering weight if you want to as well. And I've really found that the ride comfort is impressive in this car. It settles itself nicely after bumps. It is soft, there's no doubt about that. It's not trying to be sporty, as I said, it is trying to be comfortable and well considered and well mannered. And I think it's absolutely nailing that brief compared to some of the other EVs out there, which do feel a bit stiff, a bit uncomfortable. This one feels quite well sorted when it comes to the ride comfort, and the handling is pretty good too. Like, it can actually hustle. You might not think that it's a sporty SUV to drive, and it doesn't give that impression, but it can hold itself pretty well through corners if that matters to you. The refinement is also really impressive. It's quiet, you don't get too much tire roar coming into the cabin, you don't have any motor noise at all really to contend with. You can put on a fake engine sound if you want to, but what would be the point of that? You're buying an EV for the benefit of a bit of silence, aren't you? Because of the kids in the back always nattering. Anyway, yeah, so I reckon that this is a very, very strong contender in terms of the small electric SUV class. But what about efficiency? Alrighty, let's talk about it. So on your screen, you'll see the official energy consumption per 100 kilometers. That's in kilowatt hours per 100 Ks. And that is like petrol. The lower the number, the better. That's for both versions of this car. And if you're wondering what I've seen over this test, which isn't my normal driving, but it did include a mix of driving that was similar to some of the stuff that I usually do, a little bit less stop-start, but still perfectly representative of what many commuters will do. On screen now, you'll see what I saw, and I think that is impressive. Yes, the EV driving range of just 345 Ks WLTP might be a bit of an issue for some, but if you are going to spend more time in town using the regen braking, you might actually find that you'll be able to get a bit more out of this battery pack in terms of the driving range. But have your say in the comments. Is it a deal breaker? I'd love to know your thinking. At the time I'm filming this, the BYD Atto 2 hasn't been tested by Euro NCAP or ANCAP to see what the safety performance is like, but it's got heaps of standard safety tech across both grades. Things like autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian and cyclist detection, there's adaptive cruise control, there's intelligent cruise control as well, so it can stop, start and steer for you. That means it does have lane keeping assist, and that can be annoying at times, and it also means it's got speed sign recognition, and that means that you might not like it, because in some ways that speed sign chiming is frustrating, but you might be able to switch it off every single time you drive the car if you don't like it. Just keep that in mind. It could give you the shits. Now, there's also some other good tech on board here and some stuff that is missing. So let's talk about what you're getting as standard in terms of camera tech. There is a reversing camera and rear parking sensors on that base grade. If you step up to the high grade one, you get a surround view camera system, which is excellent, and front parking sensors are added into the mix. And no model comes with a driver monitoring camera, which is actually a nice plus in my opinion. When it comes to the airbags, there are 6 fitted to this vehicle, dual front, front side and curtain coverage for both rows of seats, but no front center airbag and no driver's knee airbag. I don't know if that matters. You tell me what you think in the comments. BYD Australia offers a 6-year 150,000 kilometre warranty for its models. The battery pack is covered by an 8-year 160,000 K warranty as well. And there's also some pretty good servicing considerations. So it's every 12 months and 20,000 kilometres for the servicing. You'll see the service cost on your screen now on average over the cap price servicing plan, and you also get roadside assistance included when you buy one of these cars. To me, this is one of the most competitive new cars on the market. The price is amazing. The interior is comfortable and practical. It's got heaps of standard spec. The price is great. Did I say that? And also, it drives pretty well too. But is that enough EV driving range? Less than 350 Ks combined? I'd love to know what you reckon. Have your say in the comments. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I'll see you when I see you.